Just stay with me for the next 10 minutes. I will show you how to control your loops like flow, stopping it, skipping it, and even making it silent on your demand. You will learn three commands that gives entire control of your program. Or just keep watching your loops running and wonder why your code doesn't stop speaking. I'm Shiv Prakash, and after building dozens of projects, I have discovered something simple. Break to stop, continue to skip, and pass to ignore. So once you understand when to use which switch, your code will start speaking the way you want. So now let us make our code speak with entire control with us. Control the flow of your loop. I will show you. Observe this. Control statements are used to change the flow of execution in loops or conditional structure. So here we are talking about two things. One is about loops and the other one is control structures. So whenever we need to use control statements, we must use it when either in the loops or conditional structures, that is if else. They help skip, stop, or do nothing at certain point in your program. So there are three functionalities, that is skipping, stopping, or just ignoring it. There are three types, right? Continue. Continue is generally used to skip certain part or iteration of a loop. Let me explain that through this example. If you observe this, here, for loop is written in such a way that it should print from 0 to 4. That is ranging from 0 to 4, right? But when this condition occurs, like when I meets to 1, when I equals to 1, here we have continue statement. We skip the entire code below that line for that particular iteration. That is, when I equal to 1, the code stops executing till here for that particular iteration. That means 0 will be printed as else statement is here. For the 0, the statement fails and this also fails. So else statements comes into picture. Then I equal to 0 prints out. For the next iteration, I equal to 1, where this I equal to 1 gets true and the code below that will be skipped for that iteration. I equal to 1. Then next it moves to I equals to 2, where this fails first if condition fails, and the next I equal to 3 also fails. So I equal to 2 is printed. Now I will explain this in the code. So if you observe this continue statement, this particular problem, if you observe, I am ranging number from 1 to 5. And when I equal to 3, I am just skipping to print. The code which is present below this continue statement is going to be skipped for that particular iteration. Now what will be the output? 1, 2, 3 will be skipped as it has continue block. Then 4, 5, 6. 6 will not be there. This should be the output. As you can see, we have output as programming from 1 to 5, skipping the digit 3. As you understood how continue statement skips particular iteration, now let's move on to break statement. Now, how does this break statement works? Break exits the loop entirely. Now, what is the difference between continue and break? Let me explain this. If you think of continue statement, it is going to skip just a particular iteration, whereas break is exiting entirely from the loop. You will better understand with this example. Here, when I reach to 1, our compiler is going to skip the block which is beneath continue statement, continue keyword. But when it comes to break, when I reaches to 3, our loop is going to terminate entirely. That means it is going to stop. There will be no printing of 4 and 5 numbers after 3. Whereas continue allows it. It just skips a particular iteration. I hope you understood this. So let me show you the code which makes you understand better. Where is that? Yeah. If you see this, I am ranging numbers from 1 to 9. Right? Now, here I have a condition. When num reaches to 5, I just have to print loop stopped at number and break it. Right? Now, what should be the output? Like, what numbers are going to be printed? 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need to stop only when number reaches to 5. So, 5 will also be printed and the next there will be no more numbers printed. Current number 1, 2, 3, 4. And when it reaches to 5, here we have loop stops at 5, like num, where num should be equals to 5. And when break applied, so loop is going to terminate it, like it is going to exit the loop. Now, when it comes to pass, used when a statement is synthetically required but no action is needed. I will explain you this in a simple words or by taking an example. Let me show you this. You have a situation where you need to write particular function or particular condition. Now, what I do is go back to continue program. I want to write a condition where num reaches to 5. I need to do something, but not yet decided what should be done. I hope you got some clarity. But when I write this and run the program, like I will get an error, indentation error, because whenever if you write a if condition or else condition, you need to complete the statement, or that is you should assign a block to the condition statement. But whereas we did not apply any block here, right? We just wrote if condition and just left. We can surpass this using this pass statement. Like we can just manage our compiler to run the code ignoring this condition. When I write this condition and write it as pass, now this should be executed. There will be no error because we are explicitly telling that there is nothing to do with this if condition. So just execute it. This is the same output that we got here, right? Even though there is a condition num equal to 5. Here, if you see similar program, I have a logic where when I reach letter H in the string Python, I need to do some work later, or I have some plans to do something later in future. But I need to write this condition so that I remember to add it. Now I use this pass statement. I write this condition and use pass statement. It's just like a placeholder. So it should actually print all the letters. I hope you understood the difference between continue, break, and pass. Let me revise this. Break statement is used to completely terminate out of the loop, whereas continue statement is used for just skipping a particular iteration, and pass statement is used as a placeholder. Now, when we come back to real world example, I have a list of names. As I said in previous video, we will be going to discuss in depth about lists and other data structures in Python. So for now, you have a just basic understanding of list. It is a container which stores multiple variables in just one placeholder variable. Like it is going to store all the strings within a particular variable. That is a container. We can access these names through indices. Now what I am doing here, I am iterating this name one by one and checking whether I find Charlie or not. When I find Charlie, I am exiting the loop. Here, the primary purpose of building this loop is to check whether this name contains Charlie or not. When my task is done, I don't need to check rest of other names, right? It is waste of time checking all other names. See here. Okay, I'm finding Charlie for current iteration. Okay. Now, when I find Charlie, first it checked Alice, and Alice is not equals to Charlie. So it just moved on to Bob. Then when it moved to Charlie, it found that, yeah, found Charlie and break out of the loop. And again, no need to check whether David is equal to Charlie because we already found Charlie. When this break will be useful? So when I want to find Alice, I want to find Alice. When Alice is found, we are going to print found. As Alice is in the first index, that is 0, we don't need to check all these names again because checking whether the list of names contains Alice or not. When our work is done, we just get out of the loop. We don't need to check all others. So here we are going to get an output found in first iteration itself. So break is used to minimize number of checkings or number of iterations. It is just an efficient way to write a code. Who wants your computer to be overloaded with all loops running, right? So we use these programs efficiently and flexibly using this control state. It's great to see you reach till here because we have already completed 45% of our course structure. And from now on, things are going to get a bit exciting and wherein we have to use our logic to manipulate data using four built-in data structures in Python. So if you are as excited as me to learn this, then click on this video. I will meet you on the other side. Until then, this is SP signing off.